Nothing awkward.
It is awkward, but it's all we got.
Nothing awkward about that.
What is going on, All Terrain Nation? I will get a new intro. I promise you. Whether we two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it doesn't matter what you drive. This is your All Terrain Nation presented by Jack Daniels tonight. I don't know Woodford.
No. Hey, we're not. Some alcohol that might be named this.
Yes.
You can't.
Sorry.
Say it's sponsored by somebody when it's truly not.
Well, it's not really sponsored.
I know. That's why I'm saying you can't.
They don't know that.
Welcome to the shit show.
What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fun Monday night here. We are clearly we're all bitchy over here already. And I've got a little rant tonight, so that's going to be kind of fun.
No. Oh, good. I haven't even been.
Allie's like, I gotta go see y'all. But tonight's gonna be fun. See,
deuces.
Yeah, just rant. But we got some Ford Bronco stuff I want to talk about. Clearly, you guys know I know my Bronco people. I want to recap a little bit on the video because I was just lectured that I said the name wrong.
He said it wrong.
And I did have some misinformation on there, something I did not notice on the build sheet that I said wrongly, and I'll be the first to eat crow on that. And then we're gonna
not wrongly.
Wrongly. I like wrongly better. Anyways, I want to talk some Toyota Land Cruiser just a little bit. Now he's like, what the hell is a Land Cruiser? I don't know that stuff.
What the hell is a Toyota?
Right. And then we're gonna talk a little bit.
We're gonna talk about Yoda?
Yes, Yoda.
Wait, not that Yoda either, because we can't.
We're a mess over here for copyright.
We're full of copyright infringements if that's the case.
That's right. But and I'm going to finish up on my little Jeep rant because I've got a WTF-ish to go on with them because I'm lost at what they're going on. But first off, ladies, how is your Monday night going? Everything going smooth?
Yeah.
Sales doing great. I know politics is coming up. We got the election, so people sometimes freak out and don't spend any money.
Like, I don't know. Like, people are definitely more reserved right now, and they're not doing anything unless like they have to.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I've had a couple people pay like cash deals for stuff lately, and I'm just like, all right, like good for you, but like, shit.
Well, the end is near. It doesn't matter which side you're on. The end is near. Just spend your money.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you from buying a car right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Allie's got a pup to feed. Come on.
Right.
No, I have a new freaking Bronco to pay for.
That's right.
You do have a new Bronco, a new mouth to feed, and I've got a picture of it here somewhere. I'll let you.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't like fully announce it on here.
Well, you weren't here last week, and it was not our news to talk.
You were too busy doing other things.
Yeah,
Bronco things. Swapping everything over.
Yeah.
Everybody was asking what you were doing.
And down the road so long, my used car manager today was like, "Bring me your Bronco now." I'm like, "All right." So sadly, it did get turned in today.
Well, it was funny because everybody kept asking where Allie was, and I was like, "She's got things to do. She's doing Bronco things." That's all I got.
In the corner.
Well, I think you'd already discussed it publicly on your social medias,
but we were very quiet about it otherwise.
But here is Bucky 2 Electric Boogaloo. I don't know what you're calling this one, but
doesn't have a name yet.
You wisely went to a Sasquatch package.
Yes,
wisely, because
necessary.
I've been for the past year or so. I've been telling Allie, just go to a Sasquatch package, man.
But here's the thing. I think the 33s are so capable.
Oh,
for sure.
I mean, I did so much with that Bronco. There has been a couple of times that, like, my bash plate has been used nicely. Like, I had some scratches and some dents. But I did get an Azure.
You've already fully traded it in, right? You've already fully turned it in. Everything's signed over. You're good. You don't have to worry about retraction from the dealer, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I post videos. People know what I do.
I know. I'm just messing because you were like.
It is capable of going to the mall. Even though I have not been to the mall in that Bronco.
But so you demodded your last one, right? Like you kept some parts from that one, right?
Yep, I kept some stuff. My shop foreman bought my wheels from me.
I was wondering because these are the wheels that we have it on screen here. These are the new like base wheels, right? For the
the Everglades wheels are now the standard Sasquatch wheel.
And so now the beauty ring ones are
more.
So
obviously,
2021 called and they would they would like their prices back.
Right.
I would like my old price back.
Right.
Same.
So, what V6 4-cylinder? What'd you go with?
I went with the 2.7 V6 Lux package.
Nice. Well, classy, especially. But now you get all the metal bumpers. You get all kinds of fun stuff with this one, Allie.
Yeah. Well, I had the metal bumpers on my last one.
Oh, that's.
I couldn't remember either.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna open my mouth and insert my foot like Dave.
Take my IAG lights off.
Yeah.
And
I seen you already installed some IAG stuff on the door.
I did. And my backlight, I did get the dome lights I have to install.
Mm-hmm.
I got the new mats for the back seats, or the back of the seats.
That's one thing we need to get.
We
Do we have them?
They're in a box around here somewhere.
Oh wait, that we need to put on our on my Bronco.
With the diabolical.
Oh.
Yeah, I love them so far. So Maya has not been in it yet because she cannot jump up, sadly.
I bet she was a little confused, like, hey, this is the same shape. What's going on here? It's a little
Oh,
taller.
Was it Sunday? Oh, that was yesterday. All my days are going together.
Yeah,
but she
yesterday was
stopped by
Sunday.
my Bronco Sunday when we were like, because I had to blow the leaves, and she's just like sitting there crying because she wants to go for a ride.
Aw.
Well,
So.
anything different that you've noticed from this one from your previous one?
Yeah, so I messaged my friend Kevin tonight because I thought I had broke something on my Bronco. Or like
your new Bronco already?
So the lights now on the Bronco, when you have them on the auto lights or the auto brights, sorry, not lights.
The auto high beams.
It slowly fades to bright and will slowly dim back when there's traffic coming. And I thought I had broke something, but they're definitely brighter. It's definitely more clear. I definitely like it a lot more than Bucky. The interior is different. I do have the stitched dashboard and center console. The steering wheel is nicer. I definitely like the steering better.
Yeah.
So this just has the normal Haas system in it, right?
Yeah, I think it's the 2.0. Maybe?
But I know you could upgrade. Well, this year you could still upgrade to the 3.0 or whatever, if I remember right. Right? It was an option. I know it is for next year.
Yeah, I have to double check. I can't remember if I got the 2.0 or the 3.0.
Well, I can see your Haas system right there. But looks good. I have to say I do like the wheels with this color.
What? Stop the presses.
I know that metal. Did
you just compliment my Bronco?
Well, it's a Bronco. Of course, I'm going to compliment it. But the wheels with the hard top, that color, they all go together. It works well.
Stop the presses.
But yeah, no, it's the only thing I would do different is I'd put the non-Sasquatch fender flares on it just so it looks a little cooler, a little more off-roady.
So in Michigan, do you have to cover your tires? No.
Okay. There's redneck as Tennessee, man. Come on.
But they're pretty restrictive on some other things too, so that's why I had to ask the question.
No sucking up tonight.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, no, that does mean I need to do a new sticker. So I've already been in contact with AutoNation Illustration. So we have been talking about some other things for Supercell for next year. So stay tuned for that.
Nice. So that means your patch and your sticker
like,
are super limited edition.
I know. You guys have one of a kind, and I have a couple of them left. But I messaged and I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna, cause I just got like a new. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
maybe not.
Did we lose Allie?
You froze. Oh, I think we lost her.
Here, we'll leave her out there. Good. I will say. This is Azure Gray, so it's like a $1,000 upcharge for that color.
I can't remember what
the black spunky bumpers. That all looks good with it. I mean, it's a good looking Bronco. What can I say? I mean, I don't hate Broncos for any reasons. Clearly, I've built an empire based around Broncos. I mean, come on,
empire.
Yeah. I know we talked about with the Ranger getting this color.
Yeah. We did, and it's shiny. It's pearly in color, like glitter.
Photos
pearly
like this
and
just
glittery.
Don't do it justice.
No, they
at all.
don't. They not at all.
It's interesting that her signature lights are doing the slow dim because I thought that might just be on a Raptor.
Yeah,
because we noticed it with our Raptor where it would just slowly. I never noticed it, and one day I was like, "Are the lights not working? What's going on?" I seen the little blue light in the dash, and I was like, "Well, it is brighter out." And then a car went by, and you just slowly see him just kind of go down and then come back up.
Well, and it makes sense, right? Because you're going past somebody, and people would be like flashing you all the time. Of like, why are you flashing me?
What kind of people are flashing you? Jesus, Bronco people
flashing their light.
Oh, okay.
Get out of the gutter, kid.
Sorry, we're talking Broncos.
Jeez.
It's gonna be in the gutters.
So anyway, the high beams go on or go off for that type of thing. You know, you automatically think that somebody is flashing you with their lights. So I think it is nice.
No, it's definitely nice. And the only thing I would do is I would add some white knuckle rock sliders to this.
I would, yep.
And past that, it's pretty good to go. Like I said, I don't like these big fenders, and I really never noticed it when we were ordering it and all that stuff till you see it in person. They tuck the wheels because of fuel economy. It's a big brick on, you're trying to get the most out of you can. But I definitely, when we put the 1.5-inch spacers on Rebecca and we tucked the fenders in a little, I just thought it looked a little more aggressive looking.
Well, in some states require you to cover the the tire too.
You go through Pennsylvania or some of those states, man. Yeah. It's a freaking nightmare. You're lucky probably to have this vehicle to be able to buy it there. But no, definitely I think she did well in that. And so she must be restarting her computer. So
Douglas Blair says Dave's Empire about a King Dave.
Yes.
2 Raptors. Nice.
Well, no, 1 Raptor.
1 Raptor now.
Yeah, we're down to 1 Raptor. Let's see here. But so I want to get into a little bit of Bronco, and I want to pull this up because this is the current, and I'm hoping Allie can come back because I know she'll have some things to add to this. But this is the current lineup of Broncos, and good looking lineup. Well, we got eight specialty models there, and we know we're about to lose some of these specialty models. Mm-hmm. Base is coming back. Now we look at Big Ben right now, and it starts out at $39,630. That's a lot of money. And the Bronco initially started out a 2-door you could get for what it was like 28,000, something like that. So clearly Ford understands. Well, we kind of messed up with that old base thing there.
There she is.
And let's try that again, shall we?
Welcome back.
But maybe we need to find a lower price point.
Yeah.
And the world we live in right now, everything's just jacking up like crazy. But definitely, you guys know, up to me, the base should just be a base. It's a stripper model. That's all you get. You don't get Sasquatch package and all this stuff. But guess what? I'm sure Allie knows. Ford, in their wisdom, brought back the base for next year, and you can get all the crap again. I'm like, I don't.
Ask Dave how he really feels about it.
Well, I don't.
It'll be after job. It'll be a job 2 thing.
Yeah, but I just don't. A base is a base. Like you used to buy an XL base F-150, and trust me, it had roll-up windows. Like there was nothing to it. You're probably lucky to have a decent radio in it.
And for those that don't know what a roll-up window is, it's a manual window.
Yes. But it is a little confusing to me. And I look at the current lineup. Of course, we got Big Ben, Black Diamond, Outer Banks, Heritage Edition, Badlands, Everglades, Wild Track, and Heritage Limited. Now, I said well over a year. I think the last time we had Mitchell on, that I said the Wild Track was going away. And people in the comments just had a ball with that. Oh, no, that's a popular trim. It's never going away. And, well, now, Allie, the Wild Track is gone, right? For 25 model year.
Mm-hmm.
And they've given it something. I won't say they replaced it because I don't find that how do you pronounce it? The Strope edition?
The strap.
Strap.
Will you please
like stop sign
if he says it wrong?
It's like stop sign.
Your Bronco history,
Strap.
damn it.
But anyways, that's not a fill-in for a Wild Track. That's just its own special and fun edition. That's not because I've seen too many people already on the forums. Oh, that's basically a Wild Track. It's like, no, it's just basically a Badlands. Like,
no, it's not. It's a Badlands because a Wild Track doesn't have sway
disconnect and all that stuff. Yeah, like I'm amazed that the people that are defending the Wild Track, and I know Jess and Mark in the comments, you know, their team Wild Track over there. And I'm not shitting on the Wild Track by any means. It was confusing to me when they launched this vehicle that Wild Track, okay, it's their desert runner.
I'll shit on it.
Yeah, but then by December,
sorry, it's a blackout package. That is all it is.
Yeah, but by December of 2020, they start teasing. Michael Levine starts teasing the. At the time, we thought it was the Warthog, which turned out to be the Raptor. They start teasing that. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why you're advertising the Wild Track as your desert runner with carpet, nonetheless, which that boggles my mind.
I don't understand that still.
I feel like it was put together by people that didn't. Well, we got all these parts. Let's just throw something. Let's call it the Wild Track. And Wild Track, for those that don't know, in Australia, that's an off-road trim for them in Australia. I think they're trying to eke it into America a little bit. It's a little confusing. But also, we're losing Black Diamond, which I said would go away. And unfortunately, that's what we ordered initially, was a Black Diamond.
Yeah.
I think they're cleaning up the lineup just a little bit. They're trying to, and you add base back in there, get rid of Black Diamond, get rid of Wild Track. Everglades, which how it's stuck around for this long, and the billboard, you know, I know those love it. I don't dislike any Broncos, trust me, just because I'm looking at this from the journalism side and the industry side, not the consumer side. It just never made a lot of sense. I think Ford has realized with the snorkel and all that, aftermarket can do that way cheaper. And trust me, the Everglades they're not flying off the shelves. I know people that do order them and want them, and I think that's good. There's a bump, you know, a butt for every seat there. But I think when you look at it,
how many we sold?
I know one time I don't think you said you'd sold any at one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have you got one sold yet?
No.
You still haven't sold?
No.
Well, you know, Tim Bartz with Long MacArthur has sold a ton of them.
Yeah.
I mean, a ton. I mean,
3.
Subjectively, no, he's sold several.
I'm kidding,
but I mean a ton comparatively to other people that we know, like in the industry.
Yeah. But Everglades was a no-brainer to go away. Once again, I don't even think it was probably 1% of the sales of all Bronco sales was pulling Everglades.
Reacting on it was a dealer employee.
Yeah, it says sold 1. Laura with Alcione says none.
I don't know that Alcione's had any either, so she wisely didn't order any.
Yeah, Tim moved all of them. My
manager wasn't ordering any unless we had to.
Yeah, but I mean, I think like you look at IAG now, they have the same snorkel basically. If you want that look, you can do that a lot cheaper. You can order your base and put it on your base and be.
Which, by the way, IAG got me all of my accessories. So
she's accessory ready.
I gave him the green light.
That's awesome.
Well, we have a little jab at accessory ready. Kelly noticed over the weekend on the Broncos some funny things, and she was like, "Really, are people this silly?"
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So
we're watching the Bronco. We're doing a video of the Bronco.
And I looked at the tailgate of the Raptor, and I was like, "Huh."
You're looking at the support bar.
There's a little button, like not a button, but like a button that fills a hole, essentially covers a screw up.
Thanks, bud.
What?
I'm just poking. Go. I'm trying.
That has a little book on it and it has a little eye on it. And I was like, oh, I know what that means. That means, you know, look at your manual. Well, then I look above it and it says accessory ready, completely spelled out, and puts an arrow down at this button that has a manual on it. But then also under it, it has a flag, a light, and something else. I can't remember what it was, but all these symbols. And I'm like, how much simpler can we make it for people to accessorize this vehicle?
What is it in the pyramids? What is it? The
hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
it was totally hieroglyphics on the back of it, but it was just funny to me because it was the first time I had seen it.
That. I'll have to go look at our Raptor.
I'll send you a picture because I actually took a picture of it.
We'll bring it.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny because I was like, this is interesting to me that we have to be this like.
Well, if they didn't put all the pictures on it, at some point somebody would stab their neighbor or something and blame it on Ford. So here we'll bring this up.
Oh my God, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Well, because it probably normally falls off because it was trying to fall off of ours.
Yeah, because I was pushing it in.
That's super funny.
But yeah, so there's a light.
Yeah, so a camera. That's what it is.
Okay.
A flag, a camera, a light.
Okay, I see the flag now.
And then see the little manual above it, to be like, look in your user's manual. And then accessory ready. And so there was one there, and then there's one right straight below it.
It's a wonder
other support too.
There's not an arrow off the butt of the horse pointing this way.
Right.
And then somehow in these lines, squiggly lines, there's probably an arrow in there somewhere going pointing this way. It's all
right. So the whole moral of this to me is like, do one of those things. Like do the manual or do accessory ready. Cause you see accessory ready all over the rest of the truck. So to me, it's like, I think that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that we had to put the manual on there too, and then say, hey, you could use this for a flag or a camera or a light. So I just thought it was interesting.
And knowing's half the battle. All right, back to Broncos.
Anyway, this is Broncos.
Well, I know. Back to the main part of the Broncos. So Heritage Edition sticks around and Limited Edition goes away, which is kind of boggling to me. I would have thought they would have kept Limited Edition around and made that special and then let the normal one fade away. Just because you can charge so much more for it. That's the only reason you would keep it around.
Yeah, but limited is limited for a reason.
I know, 1966, even though I bet money they printed more than 1966.
Printed more.
That's right. That's
how
they
printed them?
Just printed.
Yeah, they
just like a 3D printer. You just push.
I just
build
push
it.
a button over here and then we print us a Bronco. But the colors that are going away was pretty silver. I'm really amazed that silver went away.
You mean one of the many grays?
Well, no, it's a silver. It's just in between white and gray. But yeah, that one.
I love me a gray.
Because in the auto world, the top three colors are black, white, and silver. Those are mainstays. And for silver to go away on the Bronco, that was for 25. That was pretty interesting to me. Wild Track disappearing once again, not a surprise, but they shoved a lot of the Wild Track specialty to Badlands now, so it's all optional. If you want the Haas 3.0, the upgrade suspension, you can get it on the Badlands now. So that not too bad. The blackout package. What exactly? Because I didn't read too much into that, Allie. What is the blackout package?
It's basically black wheels, black grill. It's basically the Wild Track look.
Okay. And for, I'm assuming, a lot more money.
I mean, duh.
and I see people are fussing already. Hey, where is the price go? Or how do I know how much to order of these things and such? And you're like, give it.
If you think dealers know, we know as soon as it's on Ford.com. That means the order banks are open.
Right, but they're supposed to opened already, right?
No, just the changes did.
Oh, okay. So dealers are got a heads up of what's coming, but still.
Yeah, because order banks closed for 25 or for 24 on the 23rd. So realistically, the 23rd or the 24th, it'll be open.
Yeah.
So it'll be this week.
Yeah, sometime. And definitely, I know you were saying the Strope edition.
Strop. It's like a stop sign. Stop saying it the wrong way.
Will someone smack him?
I just did.
But I mean, yeah. So there's certain editions. I know you were telling us before this. Hey, I've had a lot of interest in that, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Because I still don't think most people know what it is, honestly.
And that's the thing. That's honestly what makes my Colorado trip, I think, a lot more special.
Yeah.
Because I got to meet Wayne Schmeckel, who he has his Raptor like that. He has so many survivors of the old Strop edition. Anyway, like I'm talking like low miles, which is like absolutely crazy to me. But like knowing this was coming out and like knowing that his son, like Bill Strop was the one who like did all of this. Mm-hmm. Like started this, his son Willie kind of took over, started racing, and like the fact that he kind of gave his blessing, like, oh my God, this is really cool, like good job. Like it's just, it makes it 10 times cooler to the people who actually like took the time to like learn the history of Bronco. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I geek out over this stuff. So
well,
nerd alert.
So now we got, this is the sheet, we got it up here. So for 25, what you will be able to order, I'm assuming base you can order early.
And I did not give this to him.
No, not at all. This is, I mean, it's
you
out
can
there
see
now.
it's on Bronco 6G.
Yeah. But I'm assuming you can even the strap edition.
That's better.
I feel like I'm like in Boston. The strap.
We're gonna learn
strap edition.
We're gonna learn you.
That's right. Learn me. So base edition, I'm assuming when order banks, even though you won't get it, I'm assuming you can order one if you want base, right? You think or no?
So you'll be. He's asking, do you think you'll be able to order it even though it's late availability?
No.
So it won't.
I think it'll be just like the 2.7 Ranger.
So it'll be job.
That you can't even put in.
How we couldn't even do it for a while.
All right. So I know there's a base crowd out there that's going to be excited for that. Big Bend, there was a couple changes with Big Bend, right? Like no more 2-door, if I remember right.
Yep.
Which 2-door is going away, guys. I hate to tell you, there's the sales of 2-doors are how many do you think you've ever sold, Allie? 2-doors.
I've sold a handful actually.
Yeah, but a handful in 4 years. Versus how many 4-doors you think you sold? 100.
I can tell you.
But consider how many they built compared to the others too, because 2-doors were late availability.
I mean, honestly, I've probably sold like 32 doors.
Wow.
No, I've sold like most of the Broncos, like at our store.
Yeah, Erich says he's only sold 3 in 2 years.
Wow.
Of the 2-doors. It's just not, even Jeep sees it. It's not, I mean, I think the 2-door looks like the classic one perfectly. That's initially what I wanted to order was the 2-door. I'm glad we didn't now, but I mean, I would have, if you could find a 2-door fairly affordable, I would own a 2-door.
Steve P, don't speak such trash.
No, I'm not crapping on people's 2-doors. It makes sense from the manufacturing process. They need to turn profit. Stamping is everything, and stamping is the most expensive part of this. And if you're not getting the most out of your stamping, well, that's Michael. You know why? That's because it's Colorado, and there's a heavy wheeling. There's the old Jeep guys out there. They love 2-doors.
Well, not even like first through fifth gens. Like a lot of the 6th gens were 2-doors.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's certain communities I think that definitely 2-doors going to win out, but I think overall, it's not where it's going to be, but that's a debate for another time. That's a rabbit hole. Outer Banks still has no 2-door, correct? Like it's still just a 4-door.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Once again, it's the luxurious edition. So the 2-door, I can't imagine soccer mom wants the 2-door in that. She wants
what?
In the Outer Banks. You want all the features. Badlands, what was it now? It's standard. You can get automatic standard with the 4-cylinder and manual transmission. But still a 2-door. Nothing changed there. Raptor, obviously, it's not a 2-door, and Heritage Edition doesn't get a 2-door anymore, correct?
No.
I think it went away, and that should speak volumes right there if they're not willing to do the Heritage Edition.
No, that's why they're doing a mass push for the Heritage Edition for this year.
But I mean, there's been some big changes on this. One thing I did get wrong in my video, and it was pointed out by a few people, and they were all nice about it. Wireless charging goes away. Now, when I was skimming this real quick, I didn't catch that. That's an odd one to me. I don't think Jeep has wireless charging, so maybe they're just like, well, F it if Jeep doesn't.
Well, and we kind of talked about this off camera, where there's been a lot of complaints about heating up your phones and doing all these things with the wireless charging pad. So I wonder if they're taking it away, working on it, streamlining it, making it better, and then adding it again.
Yeah, I think it comes back for 26. I think you're probably right. They're just, hey, let's fix this problem before we Valley dude, it doesn't work great, by the way. No, I've used it. My phone gets hot. Sometimes in the Ranger Raptor, it was fine. I have to admit it. My phone never really overheated, and it seemed to charge okay.
And it's the same case in everything that we're charging in the Raptor, and it's definitely getting hot.
But yeah,
my new one isn't so bad.
No.
Granted, it's only been a week, but
ours is a January 25 or 24 build, so maybe they did something mid-cycle or something.
And then I also forgot the blackout package also has the painted black roof.
Yes, which is how nice. How nice. wish our
Just hate
Raptor
it. Just
had-
quit
had
hating
that.
on it.
No, I'm not hating on it at all. So here's the big takeaway is colors, and that's I've seen so many people fussing about colors, this and that. Cactus gray going away. It was time. I love that color, but it was time. I mean, 4 years is a long time on that.
And there were a
color.
lot of cactus gray on the road, or there
Yeah.
are a lot of cactus gray on the road.
Once again, iconic silver going away. Not that I see a ton of them, but wow, I'm really silver trips me out. It's going away. Hot pepper red metallic makes sense because they're bringing in the new color. Peak blue.
I'm shocked at that one.
Peak blue didn't even get a damn chance.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
I was
Didn't
gonna
even
say
get
that's
a
gonna
full.
be like one of the most rarest colors on the Heritage Limited.
Yeah, because I bet,
because it didn't even get a full cycle on it.
I bet money they didn't build 1,000 of those in peak blue.
No,
because it was so like oh, there it is. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah, because literally we saw the teasers of it, and then we saw it available to buy, and then it's gone.
Yeah, like I don't think it got 6 months.
Yeah.
Race red. That one's kind of a shocker that race red.
That is a little surprising to me because you seem to see them carry in general 2 different reds. One that's a little more mild, like everybody's red, and then one that's a little bit.
I'm
more
sorry.
adventurous.
Every race red Bronco we had sat for so long on our.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I am too. I mean, it's not. I don't like the way it looks personally on the Bronco, but red's usually a pretty popular color. And then Yellowstone goes away, which is not a shocker to me.
Goodbye, hard-boiled egg car. I will not miss you.
That's right. And
it was pearly pretty though. Once in person.
Yeah, in person it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's a hard-boiled egg flipped upside down.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks. That's because Allie knows I'm never gonna unsee a hard-boiled egg flipped.
I tell everybody that, and they're like, "Oh man."
I hate you right now. Thanks.
Okay.
So we know we're getting ruby red,
Yep.
marsh gray, and what is the other? Oh, the sandstone, or what do they call it? So those are 3 new colors, and I have a feeling there's going to be some more colors popping because I can't imagine they take away all these colors and only give us 3.
Well, you know, it is Bronco's 60th birthday this year.
I know. Maybe we'll get some
desert sand.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get a Wimbledon white.
Whites
Interesting.
are so hard to tell to me.
Yeah, but Wimbledon white is a throwback to Mustang and Bronco, and Mustang just had their 60th birthday edition where they get Wimbledon white, so maybe Bronco will follow.
And they tend to like to carry on the color over different.
Yeah, because they buy these.
Yeah.
In this way in advance. Ruby red, I think.
Boxwood green would be so nice.
Oh, you know, Brittany blue.
Yeah, Brittany blue.
Yes,
would
please.
Be fun. But ruby red metallic, I think that's going to be a short time. I think they'll bring in some other red color. I like it. I would love to see it on the Bronco. We've only seen it on sport, other than pictures.
Sorry, our dogs.
And marsh gray, I do like marsh gray quite a bit. And when they showed it out at the Raptor event on the Raptor, I thought, damn, that's actually a really. I'm not normally a gray guy, but that one kind of spoke to me.
White is good on company trucks, like Dave's work truck.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
It's true.
Very true. Past that, not a lot. I won't say a ton of changes. Excuse me for Bronco. Now I'm hiccuping. Anything that you were hoping to see, Kelly? Any big changes?
I mean, lots of things, but you know, it's still an evolution of a vehicle.
I'm surprised with the new center console where they've changed that up just a little bit. I'm surprised they didn't go ahead and do new grills. That would be.
I think they're gonna keep the grills.
You don't think they'll? I mean, slightly change them up.
I don't think so.
Because the strop looks like a specialty grill.
Will someone smack him?
What are you looking for?
I was just looking. You just talk.
Past that, I think that's enough Bronco talk tonight.
What are you doing? Who wants a husky?
Michael Nice says, Dave, you'll be a gray guy soon. I'm actually usually the gray person in our relationship.
See, they like make fun of all the millennials for a millennial gray because apparently we just paint our houses gray. We do everything gray.
I don't like being called a millennial.
Why?
Because
in that category, but I at least still work.
Come on, Gen X rules, man.
Because I've been a Gen X all my life until you broke it to me that I was a millennial, and then it broke my heart. But anyway.
Over it.
Well, speaking of breaking hearts, I need somebody to watch this video right here, my Land Cruiser video. We dropped that tonight, and that's kind of our next topic is, and I know Allie's like, what the hell is this things with these round lights? And they're not Broncos. But Toyota has a lot of heritage with Land Cruiser. Me and Kelly were able to finally get to drive the things.
Yes.
What's funny is we drove the Lexus GX 550 before this, which is the identical luxury version of it. We really like the 3.4 in that vehicle. It's spunky.
It is
non-hybrid, which is very cool.
Off-road, amazing.
Yeah. But then we got in a first edition Land Cruiser and the Land Cruiser, which still boggles my mind. They call it a Land Cruiser, Land Cruiser, but the Japanese. What were some of the standouts when we drove this thing, Kelly? What were kind of some of the standouts to you? We didn't drive it long because we really didn't need to. The price tag obviously is the standout. They claim it starts at $56,000, though the one we tested was $72,000 and $74,000, I think, $1,000.
I've slept since then.
They were definitely in mid-70s.
So what my favorite part is they tried to bash Ford for copying their freewheeling package.
Yeah.
Ford did it first.
Ford did it first.
And then they ended up taking down all their articles and like rewording it. Like, nice try.
Well, the 70s, man. Come on. But it's a fun vehicle. I hate that it's a $70,000 vehicle because from what we've seen of the 4Runner coming up, I don't know where in the hell this is priced with the 4Runner because they're going to be the same price.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see where the pricing lands on them because they definitely are. They're very similar vehicles. They're on similar. Are they on the same platform? They're similar platform.
You can't take off the roof and the door.
This and the Lexus.
True. Yeah.
Same platform.
So it's the same platform. I'm curious because I really did enjoy driving the GX 550.
We did the Overland.
Yeah, we did the
Overtrail Plus,
and then we also did the Premium.
I didn't like the Premium as much. I went the more off-roady version.
I know you do, but I liked the Premium. I like the bouginess.
She likes the 3-row seating that's got that much cargo room in the back.
Hey, but it's capable. It's capable to have a third row. That's the key.
Anything's capable of it.
But I would have liked to spend a little more time in this to really kind of get a feel for it to spend because we didn't get a chance to spend.
We could have took it off road and just didn't.
We did, or we could have, but we had both of them and we wanted to compare the two for you guys. So definitely check out the video because I don't remember the what I said in the video as we were going through it. To be honest with you, but I was impressed with it. I could see it in the driveway.
Don't tell Allie that.
I'm not saying get rid of the Bronco. I'm just saying.
See, I think it's ugly. I kind of agree with Laura. I just can't get on board.
Well, Laura's never going to say that anything but a Ford is pretty.
I'm not saying all Fords are pretty. Sometimes I look at them like, what did we do?
Let me mute this. I want to pull this up real quick because I have to say the seat color in this was really cool. In this blue one. I like that.
It's like a baseball glove.
Yeah, I love that color with that blue. I thought it worked really well. Definitely, it's a Toyota on the interior of the thing. You definitely see. I'm gonna back this up just here. You definitely knew you were getting a Toyota product, even though thank God Toyota has this problem right now with everything in their lineup looks the same on the interior. Thank God this one doesn't. But the center stack and everything was definitely unique in this truck. Trying to pause it good. The shifter is definitely out of everything they do.
But you know what it wasn't? It wasn't the like puzzle piece shifter like was in the 4Runner.
No, they fixed that.
That is one thing that I have to say, from that perspective. So Douglas Blair says, is it $70,000 pretty? I mean, there's a lot. That's really the standard that's out there right now. And I hate to say that, but 70 grand is kind of the going number now when you're looking at the vehicles of these levels.
It seems to be because what, Allie, I'm assuming your Bronco was 60s, somewhere in there.
62.
Yeah. So, which obviously you're getting a lot more features in the Bronco right now than you really are in this. So you're getting a front or rear locker and center lock diff on this. So it's just as capable. It needs tires badly. And they are throwing 35s under these things now on the aftermarket side. Bumpers and stuff are getting there. I don't dislike it. And like I said, I would own one of these, but I think if it's 70, I might as well jump to 80 for the 75 that the first edition, I believe, was, and just get the Overtrail Plus.
Yeah.
You're getting a way more.
Honestly, if I had to choose between these two, I would choose the blue one, and I would still be pissed.
And you would what?
I would still be pissed.
The blue one was my favorite between the two.
Like,
personally.
I think those round lights are just like, they don't go with the car.
Well, they're playing for their heritage. So
yeah.
In the 80s, they had what they called the 60 series that had round lights, kind of similar shape. And that's what they're playing to their heritage on that. But I like the three lights way better than the round lights. Plus FJ Cruiser, they want that crowd back. They know they lost a lot of sales in the 7 years that thing's been gone. And the mirrors are straight off. It looks like an FJ Cruiser.
Yeah. It's definitely paying homage to the FJ Cruiser, trying to be almost a not hybrid in the traditional sense, but like a hybrid between the 4Runner and the FJ Cruiser and all of that, I think kind of rolled into one. So I'll be curious to see how this one does compared to the 4Runner and see if they both kind of roll the same way.
Yeah, well, they've taken back for 25. They're removing one trim from this. So you get the 58 or the 1958 model or the Land Cruiser. That's all so
there's no first edition.
And that makes sense. There's not going to be a first edition, but entry level price on this thing, it said, let's see if I can bring this right back up. It was like what, 56, I said, thousand, something like that. And
so does everyone in here like Legos?
Oh no, 100%. So $56,000. Let's just quickly let's hit build. I'm curious. So here's the two models, 58, like I said, in the Land Cruiser. Once again, Toyota, a Land Cruiser 1958 or a Land Cruiser. Colors is the biggest thing. So the 58 is more their stripper model, which is still, you do get a lot of nice features in this thing, except for colors. Well, what a limit of colors. You get the white, the black, or silver.
And how did we see? Oh, that was the first edition.
Yeah. And then here, if you want they're forcing you into this. Look, from 56,000 to 62,000 real quick.
Yeah.
Quickly, we'll just hit build here real quick. You can see the colors. There's upcharges for the two tones, which is nice. I do like this pearl. This kind of it's a bluish white.
Mm-hmm.
It's real pretty. Toyota seems to think a lot of their whites because they give you a couple of them. Heritage blue, which is cool. If I had that color, it's got to have the white roof. I need something to balance that white or that blue
to break it
a little bit. Let's see. There's 64,000. Basically, 8-speed transmission, all-time 4-wheel drive. It's okay. I hate that because when this thing first came out, I was very excited by that mid-50s. They kept bragging about mid-50s.
Yeah, because we did the live reveal on it and we talked about it.
Yeah, no, it was going to be something fun, and sadly, I really don't know where it goes. In January, the 4Runner comes out. Our Raptor may be turned into a 4Runner, so stay tuned for that. But past that, where does this thing stand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Four-cylinder
have yet to be seen. Really, kind of where it lands.
Yeah, and so we've talked some Toyota tonight. Look at us, we're evolving.
Look at us branching out.
I know.
I don't know about that.
Allie's over there going, wow, what the hell is this crap going on about?
No, because honestly, the amount of text messages saying that it's a Toyota, it's just ugly. You're in the right friend group when.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Hey, man.
And Brian, I love y'all.
What I like in my driveway, as far as we've owned quite a few Fords now, so. I am amazed at some journalists. There was somebody I was watching a video of theirs the other day, Lauren Fix, who we ran into the Chicago Auto Show. We were going around the Explorer that was all pissy that she didn't have the whole showroom to her Ford to herself, but she's big into Fords, and it kind of made me feel better though about like going, you know what? It's the kind of the vehicle I like right now. What I own personally is what I own personally, you know.
Yeah.
But I will talk any of these vehicles. And speaking of any of these vehicles, this was brought up to me late today, and I've been meaning to do a WTF on this turd story. But this is going to hit home for Michigan. Stellantis, Kelly. Anything they've touched since they bought FCA in 2021 has just gone to shit, man. They were given a.
So I truly think they're doing this on purpose because they literally have like 2 years to get their shit together or they're done.
Well, no, they're ruining the Jeep is the part of the problem was, and that's their bread and butter. So Jeep and Ram are the only things that's actually profitable for this turd of a 16 car company.
Wow, you are just savage tonight.
Well, I told you there's kind of a rant coming for this one. So if you guys don't know,
I know. Wait, hold on. Before Dave starts his rant, I want to know what Ragnar Khan spent $400 on a Lego set.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, there's an $800 for at. Look.
Wait, the Millennium Falcon is $800?
Yes.
Oh no,
how big is this thing? It's a
Lego. Move over to
Lego.
Nation show and just bitch about Legos. No,
I really wanted to know what he spent $400 on.
And we're not going to spoil it, but just wait till you see pictures of us going to Vegas. We're not going to spoil right now. I'm just going to say, stay tuned. And to pictures in Vegas.
Speaking of stay tuned, the Bronco got a name.
It did, but you can't. We're not telling you. You have to watch the walk around of our new Raptor.
Right, and then purchase a wallet from Ridge because they're the best. That video was brought to you by Ridge Wallets. So we're excited by that. Anyway,
now we can start his rant.
All right, so I've owned.
We won't tell anybody on Bridled Bronco how much Lego value is in your house.
Right,
we've seen it.
There's probably an insurance policy just on Legos.
Shh, don't say anymore. That's it. We got you.
Anyway, so we've owned the new Gladiator.
Yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah,
I needed more engine. So the V6 in that thing is just enough for that truck. I wanted more, but I didn't feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna get killed if I get on the highway. And we do know they have a real hard on for the 4xEs right now, like badly. And if you have not drove the 4xE, it's awful. And I'm coming from someone who I actually like EV products. It doesn't do anything other than it's a tax credit basically so they can continue to sell in California and some of these other states. And I really feel like they've been strong armed into allowing California and some of these states to ruin the company. Now, once again, the Jeep Wrangler profit machine, man, especially now. You know, the only reason Bronco prices are where they're at is because Jeep is able to get those prices. So Ford's just going to follow along in that. But they've taken something in 2018. We got the new Wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
It's due for a major refresh. They only do it every 10 years for a model change. But that we drove our Gladiator. Tech was fine. Everything about the vehicle was fine. And we paid right at $50,000, including taxes for that. Not a bad, considering today now, not a bad price
in 21
for a nice mid-sized off-road truck that you can pull the roof off. Now that same truck is going to be about $60,000, and that's in like 3 years.
And that's the Willys edition. That's not even a Rubicon.
Right. And because in a truck, I don't need the Rubicon.
No, I'm just saying so you can compare model to model.
But so FCA sold out. They merged into with Peugeot and all these other companies into this mega turd called Stellantis, however you say the damn thing. It sounds like a blue pill is what it sounds like.
So whenever I talk about them, I'll be like Chrysler, Stellantis, Fiat, whatever they are this week, or whoever bought them.
What's still funny, the FCA is still all over the building.
Yeah, you go up there and it's still got the Chrysler.
Yeah, the Chrysler.
We will get rid of it.
Well, the building's up for sale. They want to move everything to Europe is what they want to do. So Jeep, American Heritage, great company. I like that it's built in Toledo. You know, there's a lot, and it's always been built there. So that's kind of fun that there's the heritage of that. But this company now of Europeans who do not understand off-road vehicles at all. And I mean at all. So they're being, like I said earlier, they're being strong-armed into, oh, we gotta have EV. So let's slowly move it into that. The 4xe where you don't get yes. Mega turd. But you drove the 4xe. It was not fun in a Wrangler.
I mean, it was fine. It did its thing. It did what it was supposed to do. Now, granted, in the long run, in the feedback we've gotten from long-term owners, has been that they have not loved it. So the feedback that we've gotten on it, the short term that we drove it, it was what it was. I mean, it's an electric hybrid, whatever however you want to categorize it. It is a Jeep that has,
I think,
electric components.
I think the charging, because it's a plug-in hybrid, I think the charging you get like 28 miles or something, fully electric, which that's a joke for one. But they can't make this thing heavy. It's got a small battery pack in it. They just can't make this. It made it heavy already, but they can't make it any heavier. And then I know our friends over at TFL, they tried to take one off-road and got 8 miles. Or no, I don't even think 8 miles of off-road. It was something very, very bad.
In just the electric version?
Yeah.
The
regen in that vehicle is awful to me. Even when I pulled it out to the least regen-y, you still felt like, oh, when you go to stop, like it's not good. So now Jeep's being forced. They've got these Europeans who are just bowing down to whatever California, it seems like, wants. They've made something that people aren't buying. I mean, they still sell Jeeps and they're being forced to buy this, but they don't want to buy this. The only way now in certain states to get a gas-powered Jeep is you have to order it. You have to specialty order it. That's the only way they can sell it. Jeep now, the head of the CEO of Stellantis they want to turn Jeep into Range Rover. They don't understand. The Europeans do not understand the goofy American off-road. They just don't get it. They think, oh, all-wheel drive is enough for that. You got to do time. We haven't dropped the video yet, but you got to do the time or look at the new, not Cherokee. Oh God, I forget what they call the fully EV, lesser version of a Wagoneer. It was a good looking vehicle that we saw at Texas Auto Show. But
the Sequoia. No, wait. The Forerunner?
No.
Wait.
No, when we were at the G,
we see it.
We saw it with the RHO. You did a walk around video of it by yourself.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
Anyways,
hold on. I gotta see what Maya's eating.
Oh, you're good. But here, pull her out. We continue to do that. But they want to go EV and they want to be known as a luxury brand. And you're like, how do you have the most basic form of transportation, which a Jeep is, the Wrangler is? You get some cool features with it now, but let's be honest, straight axle, awful on road, great off road. How do you now suddenly you're trying to force that thing? It's like forcing a square peg into a pinhole. Like I've got an inch by inch square peg that you're trying to shove through.
It wasn't ready.
It
wasn't ready. It wasn't ready for what they were trying to do with it, because you do have to evolve over time. You can't just flip the button and say, here's how we're going to make it work. And here's how we're going to show that we're green and we're this, we're that. So you just can't do that and not expect there to be naysayers if you do just kind of flip the switch.
Yes, Douglas Barrett. And then they don't want you to park those in the garage because they can catch fire. They're literally telling people, do not pull your car now in the garage because they could catch fire and burn your house down. Jeep. So about 10 years ago, FCA wanted to buy Nissan. And the only reason they wanted to merge with Nissan, and Renault was all about it. Renault, who at the time controlled Nissan. And the only reason they wanted it because they didn't have any EV tech. So somehow when that didn't work, Nissan was like, no, you're not raping our tech. So somehow between now and then, a company who had zero EV is now got EV vehicles, which is a little scary to me because, Tesla and some of them are just now really refining.
Oh, hey, look, a Ford Bronco ad on a Jeep article.
That is funny. But they're just now refining those. So they're trying to make Jeep the good old boy part of Jeep, the Wrangler, and then they want the Wagoneer side. And it doesn't make any sense. Just start a whole new company, it seems like, if you want to go down that path. They've gone away from the Cherokee. No more Cherokee now. Oh, the basic transportation little Jeep. I forget what they call it. Awful. We drove it a couple years ago. I did a walk around video, never released the video because it wasn't a fun ride. And the Wrangler, which I think the current Wrangler is still a fun vehicle. I just think that forcing it to be EV, that doesn't seem to go hand in hand. Not the Renegade, not the Liberty either. I forget what
No, it was embargoed like forever.
Yes. But they seem to be confused. The Europeans seem to be confusing what they own. And then you look at Ram trucks, what they're doing to Ram trucks. Dude, the good old boys, between Toyota being pissed, all the fanboys of Toyota being pissed that they would drop the V6, to now the good old boys on a Ram truck who are being forced into a straight six from the Hemi, the classic Hemi, the engine that basically saved Dodge Ram, because when they brought that nameplate back out for an engine, like people got so excited by it. It
was the Compass.
Yeah, the Compass, which is I think it's been canceled. But anyways, it just bothers. For one, it's an American company, so I hate to see Jeep being turned into basically a global thing, something it's really not. And they just don't give two damns. The CEO has a plan. They want to be, they're one of those companies that have this real, we're all in 2030, we're all EV, and they still have this plan. And there's no way a Wrangler works as a full EV. We have the Recon coming out, which is good luck if we actually see it. I know TFL caught some testing in Colorado, but it's supposed to be about the same size as the Land Cruiser. Doors can actually come off like a Jeep, and it's fully EV. Price tag on that thing is going to be outrageous. Wranglers, you price a Wrangler.
Well, and any of the new EV tech, I think that's going to be coming out, you're going to start seeing some high prices on it as well, because you're having to pay for some of the development on it.
Well, EV is really hurting companies because Volkswagen is a year or two away from bankruptcy because they're all in on EV and they can't afford to buy that. And I think EV tech, in 15, 20 years, EV tech's going to be common where you're going to get 400 or 500 miles of charging. Yes, it'll work well for what everybody wants to do. But these companies like Jeep, they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a historic company that's just destroyed, and luckily for like brands like Ford and Chevrolet, they have a lot of other vehicles that are popular. Silverado, super popular, F-150 classic, not, it prints money for the company, but
they're super behind on the EV game.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're developing behind the scenes.
Well, then there's another next generation F-150 coming. Rumor has it that Ford might have a little car at some point, a new car, not the Mach-E, but something else like a sedanish something maybe down the road that's coming. Mach-E sales. I've seen something about Mach-E sales where what they're offering a lot on the plate now. I know F-150 Lightning, $22,000 or something for dealers to move these stupid things. But I think EV is
what?
I read it today in Auto News. It's a lot of money they're trying to offer dealers to get them away, just to get to
sell them. I just had someone try. Oh, okay.
I may be wrong. I'm just saying that was in today's Auto News.
Hi, Maya.
Hey,
Maya says hi, everybody.
But I think between the Europeans, I think they're killing that company. They're killing a great American company, and between that and just EV, I think EV is just killing it. What are some thoughts for you on that, Kelly?
Oh, I was just going to say unbridled Bronco isn't the Compass, the Bronco Sport of Jeeps, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially the equivalent. It's the Bronco Sport of it. Yeah, I don't see the Jeep foundation where it is right now. I don't see it going away because I don't think anybody, even if Stellantis goes under, whatever, somebody's going to come in and rescue the Jeep and save it for the legacy that it is. I don't think it would 100% go away.
Yeah, it'll get traded around.
It's going to get traded around. So I don't think it's going away. So that being said, if Stellantis goes, I mean, it's unfortunate because we know a lot of people from Stellantis, and it would be really unfortunate.
In 2009, GM was going to buy Ram.
Yeah.
So that part of it would have been gone.
Man, she is vocal tonight.
She likes her Jeeps.
But I will say the RHO, I think is a good. You all right?
Sorry. Something caught me giggling.
But I do think that the RHO is hopefully gonna be helpful to the brand, because I know there's a lot of naysayers out there that the TRX is going away, but then you've got the RHO that's coming in, and I think
TRX Lite.
it is the TRX Lite, but I do think it's gonna be, if people will give it a chance. I think that's the problem.
Yeah,
I think that's the problem Stellantis is going to have with it, is that
it's already too expensive though. $70,000 is where that's basically where the TRX started.
Well, I agree, but I'm saying if people would give it a chance, it could be successful.
Yeah.
Because it's got the Hurricane in it, and I think it's going to be.
I think it's a good engine.
I think it's a good engine, and I think it has a chance if people are willing to give it a chance, and I think that'll be the challenge in it. From what we've seen with it, I can see it.
Allie, your stomach's growling, according to Jonathan.
Dude.
Yes, and we do have, so let's see, where was that again? Yes, Scout drops Thursday, 4 p.m. Central Time. I think that's about 4 years too late. That's another VW company that they somehow inherited through, it seemed like a poker game or something. They just were like, oh crap, we got this too. Let's try to use that name. Fully EV, or what they announced initially. Douglas, I think it's going to be more than $70,000. I think you're looking at, for a Scout, I think you're definitely $85,000 to $99,000 is what I think you're going to see for that,
because it's an EV.
Yeah, and it still loses money for the company. So, Jason Camisa with Haggerty today, he was reporting that Volkswagen is 1.5 years away from bankruptcy. So that's interesting for that company. I really think, and I said it a few years ago, I think we're going to see a decline in car companies. I think they're all merging together, and slowly brands go away. Chrysler, there's no reason for that nameplate anymore. I hate it for, it's a historic brand, but there's no reason for that. Dodge is barely a reason to have a Dodge anymore, because I like that you sat in the EV, the new Charger EV.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Very nice design.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'd want to drive that as just an EV. There are later production is going to be the Hurricane in it, but
I think the challenge is that there's so many nameplates, and I think we have to start seeing it. Even I think Stellantis needs to pull it back a little bit. Like, to your point, you've got Jeep, you've got Ram, you've got all these different brands that are falling under the same thing, and there's marketing budgets that go with all of that, and so there's overhead that is for each of those different brands that I think you have to cut some of the fat on it and kind of pull back and see where can we streamline and make all this work.
Well, I want to pull this
up. So my friend Christy texts me. She goes, Maya says Jeep can just go away.
Let's see. Real though. So I want to pull this up. This is from their official web page. So this is Stellantis. So
and keep in mind, some of these are going to be European or
other. Not all here.
So Abarth, Alfa Romeo, Chrysler,
Citroen,
Dodge, DS Automobiles, which I don't know on that one, Fiat, Jeep, Lanka, Maserati, Opel, Peugeot, Ram Trucks, Vauxhall, Free to Move, and what is that last one? Leases,
maybe.
That's a lot of mouths to feed.
But because even if you think of those that are just in the States that you see on the States roads, there's Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat, Jeep, Maserati, which that's a whole different ball game in itself. But Ram Trucks, so that's 7 brands if you include Maserati that you see on the road.
When the rest of them are European brands.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's 7 brands that you see on the ground in the States. So that's a lot. That's a lot to have to. And for those that don't know, and we've learned this having done this, is that there is a PR person for Jeep. There's a PR person for Alfa Romeo. There's a PR person.
It's a team. And it's a team.
But so it's a team. So then there's Chrysler and there's Dodge and there's Ram. And so each of those groups of people are specialized to that specific brand. So that's a lot of people to have to, that's a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of salaries to pay, benefits to pay, all the things.
And then they're all sharing the same platforms.
Right.
So you talk about boring. Like everything they do is basically the same car. The Jeep Renegade was just nothing but oh God, I think it was a Peugeot or something. I forget. They just restyle it a little bit, bring it to here in the United States. The one we were just talking about, not the Compass. What was
the Compass
that we just anyways, it was just another European car they brought over. The current Dodge Dart is a turd from something else. Like it just doesn't work. And these companies, they're so cheap because they have to be cheap. Clearly they have all those mouths to feed. Like they're ruining this company. Like as far as Jeep, can you imagine the next Jeep is going to be full of all these European car parts? Because that's what they're going to do. And you talk about a fan base that is hardcore. Jeep Wrangler guys are hardcore, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's probably good for Bronco because they're going to piss them off. They're going to go, okay, we're going to go over just F it. We'll go to a Bronco, which at least it's trying to still be something off-road.
It absolutely is his word of the night, Rob Hallmark.
What's
Yes.
that?
I'm ready to go to bed already.
Turd.
Over turd being tonight. Yes. Bird Dog Off-Road says, how long before Jeeps pull the solid front axle out of the Wrangler?
I've said it for 5 years. The next platform will be a independent front suspension, and they'll save the Rubicon for
being the front axle or the solid axle.
And I've seen patents on it. They've been flying across, so it's nothing that people aren't paying attention to it. I did a video a long time on it.
And here's the thing for those that, and the reason for that is it's a smoother ride for those that
100%.
have not driven a straight axle and then an independent front suspension.
This weekend, what did our Jeep buddies say? We let him drive the Raptor.
Oh, absolutely. He did. It was the first Bronco that he's driven, and he was supposed to drive my Bronco Rebecca before he was ever able to drive the Mustang. So he didn't even get to drive the Mustang because
I don't think he did.
No, he didn't, because that was the rule. He wasn't allowed to drive the Mustang unless he drove the Bronco.
He would not drive the Bronco.
Because he would not drive the Bronco because he's a Wrangler fan.
Yeah.
And so
he's a Ford guy, which is weird. He's a Ford guy.
He's Ford and everything else, but he's a Jeep guy in his off-road rig. But he said, I didn't want to drive it because I knew it would drive so well. And that's the funny thing is he drove it this weekend. He's like, I hated it. He's like, because I knew it was exactly what I expected it to be. It was so much better. And so for those of you that have never driven a straight axle, you absolutely need to drive a straight axle Jeep and then compare it to your Bronco, and you're going to love your Bronco even more, because I drove our Gladiator to Florida and it was the worst driving experience I ever had in my life, because I
drove a Jeep from our dealership to the Chrysler dealership that's not even 5 miles down, and I wanted to crash it into a tree.
Yeah, it's great for off-roading. It does have its benefits to that because there are just some benefits to it, but driving on the road, it is not as quick to respond when you do make adjustments. Yeah. There is definitely a major pull that you have with it compared to the independent front suspension.
It's like I said, you have to participate in driving.
100%, and I don't.
So, Buckeye says, would it kill the Wrangler if there was no solid front axle? I don't think so, because I think they'll keep the Rubicon X package. They'll have an extreme package that they'll die on that hill with it.
Yeah.
But your sports stuff like that, I'm telling you, it's going independent. Go ahead, Allie. I'm sorry.
I think that if they really switch to all manual, I think they're going to kill it anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, and that was part of the article I wanted to talk about, which I didn't really get into tonight, was if you want the V6 now in a Wrangler, it's manual transmission only. Yep. Only. Like they're so forcing their clients to buy the turd 4xe. Only way to get an automatic now is not everybody likes to drive manual. You know, what is it? Less than 5% of the country now can drive manual transmissions. So what a way to...
I can drive it. I just kill clutches, just so we're clear.
Well, that's not technically driving it.
Yes, it
is.
If
you tear the vehicle up when you drive it.
I can drive it. I can get from point A to point B. That's driving.
Does the vehicle get there?
Yes. Just a little bit of left on the road.
No, but so they're forcing, now you're going to lose the V6, which is, like I said, that V6 was never like, oh, wow. I like the old 4-liter way better than this modern V6. But But yeah, so now you know you got to be stuck in the little 4-cylinder, which I think their little turbo 4 is fine. I think the 4-cylinder in the Bronco is fine.
Yeah, Ragnar says, in my opinion, that just says more about the fate of the manual transmission than anything else.
Well, I think it's both of those. I think it's the transmission and the engine. It's an easy way to go. You guys didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy it? Nobody
because everybody's looking to see what sold last year, what numbers did, what all this thing to justify whether it, you know, you continue to have a product in the line, and that'll be what it'll be.
On our like V Auto trade system that we use, like on average, the manuals are pulling like $4,000 to $5,000 less than automatics.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, there's definitely there's that increase in cost when you want to add an automatic anyway.
I bet your buying person who would go to auctions, if they brought home a manual for you guys, your sales manager would kill them in anything.
Like, I had someone reach out and ask me tonight, like, how are they doing? I'm like, if it's a manual, like, no. Yeah. Just it sits on our lot forever and our use like. And the thing is, like, when we buy something, like, we have to sell it within a certain time frame for us to even like make money on it. So
probably 45 days. If it's not gone, you're losing money on it.
Yeah, so it's like they'll start wholesaling stuff, just to get old stuff out, new stuff in, and like they'll take the hit that way. Yeah. But it's just nobody drives them. Like they're not. Everyone goes for the convenience.
Oh, 100%.
Well, think about it. We live in a world where if I don't like TikTok, zoom through your phone, like that's the world we live in now. I don't have time to shift. I don't have time to pay attention to the road.
Well, and for me, it's a stress release to have an automatic versus a stick shift, because I'm already trying to pay attention to all the idiots that are around me. Yeah. And are they going to do something stupid? And if they do something stupid, am I going to be able to shift fast enough and not stall out and then be able to start the truck again or start the vehicle again if I do stall out and not have somebody rear end me? You know, there's just too many factors.
So I'm not going to lie. I wish I was raised on like driving one. Because I was not. I think I would like them a lot more and not get so frustrated. Because like once I get going, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's me actually getting going and then I stall out and then I get frustrated. And then whoever's in the car with me, God bless you, because you're getting cussed out. So
yeah. It's not good. That lovely stress piece. But yeah, that was actually something before I moved to Tennessee from Michigan. I actually told my boyfriend at the time, and I said, I am going to learn to drive a manual transmission before I move to Tennessee, because I don't ever want to get in a situation that I can't drive one if I had to.
Expecting the apocalypse to come?
I'd seen too many Lifetime movies where the girl gets kidnapped and then it's a stick shift and she doesn't know how to drive it, or blows a tire and doesn't know how to change the tire, so then she dies.
So manual transmission.
It's all that was before ID Channel.
Okay.
That was Lifetime movies. No, but so stick shift was one of those things. Changing a tire was another one of those things. So there were several things that I had to do before I moved away and living on my own to make sure that I was self-sufficient. And that was it. And so I can drive a manual transmission enough to get me from point A to point B, but it is definitely not. Yeah. I'm not the best at it.
I have to say, I've yet to drive a manual transmission in a Bronco. Michael Cooper says he loves it in his Bronco. I would love to drive one. Especially if it was a 2-door, that would be fun to me.
Oh, it'd be like a go-kart for you.
No, I love the manual transmission in cars. I will say, like, though, having the Mustang in the 10-speed automatic, having the paddle shifters gives you still that fun without all the headache. And it's faster. You can't shift as fast as a modern transmission can now, the modern automatic. So if you truly want, I forgot all completely about that, Rob. Thank you. If you truly want the
how dare
thrill of driving,
poor results.
I know. If you want the thrill of driving, manual transmissions where it's at, especially if you're kind of in a track atmosphere. Past that,
yeah,
it's it's sadly it's went the way of the dodo bird. All right, so we asked a poll, and what was the poll,
so the question was, would you buy the Bronco Strop Edition?
The Strop. So it's in the poll.
You're welcome. Well, bless you.
I know.
Sorry.
All right, Kelly. So what was our options?
So our options were no thanks, 100% or 50-50. and we had 51 votes, and no thanks won it, but it was close at 100%. So it was 39% said no thanks, 37% said 100%.
Yeah, but
and then 50-50 was 23. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Didn't even vote.
Wow.
I didn't vote either, so it's okay.
Sorry.
So I think that 100% would have won it.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the Allie Kelly vote.
That was it.
Of course, you both assumed that you were going to vote for
it. Hashtag rigged.
Did you see Jody said that he probably needs to do what Allie did and just buy a new Bronco?
What?
Yeah.
After you did the Rubicon, you're just gonna buy a new Bronco now?
Let me find the comment.
Hey man, my lease was
Wait,
up.
no, go scroll down.
No, for Jody.
It was down there. I think it was down there. Stop right there. Right there. Told you. I think I need to do an alley and trade in and start over with a new build.
Jody, how many miles? I bet Jody has a lot of miles.
I bet Jody does have a ton of miles on it.
I was gonna say he probably passed me.
So Jody, I'd be curious, and you can tell us later, but I'd be curious to know how much in parts your truck is worth now.
Well, we know we got $100 and some worth.
You only had 55,000 on that. How did I beat you?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I expected you to have more miles on it than that too.
I
guess when he was in Chicago, he probably didn't go far.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I took a picture of Bucky when I parked it today, and I took a really sad video too.
Are they going to auction that?
No, we're gonna try and sell it.
If you're not the one, if you sell it, that'll be heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, if you sell it,
because then I'll be able to like keep up on it. I'd rather sell it, to be honest. So I had 65,338.7 miles on Bucky.
And how many did you have on it when you picked it up?
67.
67 miles.
Yes.
Wow, Ford really ripped you off. Because anything I know from reading the Facebook comments, if it doesn't have 3 miles on it when you pick it up from the dealer, somebody's been joyriding. I love those comments, by the way.
Never mind.
Our Raptor had 110 on it because somebody had
why, Laura?
Had some fun in it. A little bit.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, go over to Jody's YouTube channel right after this, and Jody was on the Rubicon, and damn it, one day I will get to see the Rubicon. Jody did the Rubicon in his Bronco.
I was gonna say he did the Rubicon in his Bronco.
Yes.
Just went up in Jeep one by one.
That's right. You should put Rubicon on the side of your Bronco now. And take that, Jeeps.
Bird Dog says about 40 to 50K if you include labor costs for the suspension work. Yeah, I kind of figured that might be. Ford Enthusiast says, wait, you sold Bucky?
A little late, buddy.
Yep. She sure did. She traded in. She's got a new baby.
Technically, my car was due back on the 10th, and it was turned in today. Yeah. I had a little tear turning it in.
Yeah, and if you just missed it, here's Allie's new
whip.
New whip.
And see, I didn't even do that shine. It just did that.
See? It's just a glimmer in its eye.
It's a shiny new penny, man. You know what I would do? I would have that thing ceramic coated.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
100%. Bird Dog, we've been trying to do the Rubicon for years.
Yes.
Probably 10 years.
Yes.
I leased it again.
That's all right.
The thing is, like, I get a lot of shit for it, but it's so hard. And like, if you work at a dealer, you understand, like, you want to be driving the newest car to show it off for sales, for everything. So to me it's work. So is what it is. But most of my mods I took off. So whoever is getting Bucky next is getting my Skyrider top.
Nice.
But I am also getting a new one. Thank you, Best Top.
Well, we were out shooting a video this week with ours, who has a name now that Kelly won't allow me to say the name.
Nope. You got to watch the walk around to get it.
Yeah, I'm curious. I asked in our Patreon, I think it was Patreon. I asked that guess names, and the names were nowhere near it.
I'd be curious to know. Can we maybe name it some of their names?
No. I already named it.
I still don't have a name for mine. And like, I kind of wanted to do something Because, like, I technically signed on Bucky when it was the Aurora up in Michigan again.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was going to, because it's like that lightish bluish color. I don't know.
It is not Bertha, but that would be a good name for it. Yeah, so no, we were out. We did a introduction video to the to where it's at
before we
now,
started modding it,
because I had to get it done, even though we've had this thing for over a month. I had to get this video done because I have all these parts I got to get out of my garage.
Then we got to put back in it.
Put in this thing. New 67 design rail and something different this time that we're going to be putting in it. So we'll have a video on that. Obviously, Slipstream, we know.
Yeah, it's going in there.
The diabolical products in this. You know, maybe some new things on there. I was talking about maybe some wheel spacers yesterday, and Kelly was like,
to make it wider.
Look, the fuel economy is already bad.
Pretty much.
So
I literally all we drive this is to our daughter's school that's like 3 or 4 miles from our house. I drive her to school and I drive home. And then we drive to school to pick her up and drive home and maybe stop and get dinner and maybe run a couple errands on the weekends.
Wow, it just keeps going. Keep going.
But on the weekends, mind you. And we have to fill up every week.
Keep going on this.
And I work from home. So there's a lot. There's a lot of gas being spent.
I'm trying to find where the mileage is.
Oh, it's back.
So we'll hold on.
It's up there.
Oh, so where?
What are you looking for?
How many till empty?
There's no other. Oh, how many miles we've put on it? Oh, it's.
Oh wait, vehicle details. There it is. Sorry, big dummy. No, I don't.
No, don't do that.
Where's it at?
Get out of here.
Jeez, we've put some miles on this truck already. For a vehicle, she's like, oh, I don't drive it very far at all. All right, Kelly.
Yeah,
you've put almost 2,000 miles on this thing.
It's 1,900 miles. 700 of that was us driving home.
Okay. And we've only had it a month.
Okay, and we've also had how many tournaments have we had since then?
Blame it on the tournaments.
Just did.
And
a tournament this
weekend.
Won't,
Allie, she will not let me take the roof off this thing or the doors off.
It's because it's freaking October. Because if he takes the doors off, he's going to leave them off for 3 weeks. And I'm going to freeze my ass off.
Oh, you got heated seats and a heated steering wheel.
No.
So how do you guys like having that front camera now?
Love it. It's probably my favorite feature. No, the sound is my favorite feature.
Aaron Johnson, thanks for coming in, and
yes,
thank you for catching up tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, the camera is absolutely my favorite because I do utilize it to park in tight spots.
It does help quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this big B is she's a heifer to park.
She is a heifer to park.
Especially in those tight like where the people hug the lines and you're like, shit, that's the only I'm gonna walk a mile if I don't park here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you though, I would rather back into a parking spot than pull into a parking spot any day in this.
But you know how I've bitched about the sand rails on like the Ranger Raptor? I love them on this because I'm like, it sits so high. I'm like, please open your door into these.
37-inch tires, bring it up high.
Yeah, it's like you want to open your door into my car, do it into these sand rails. Yeah.
Somebody posted in one of the groups the other day, and I'm sure somebody in the comment section has seen this post, but they posted about they couldn't believe this woman had hit into her rock rail on the side of her truck or on the side of her Bronco. Didn't obviously scratch her vehicle at all, but the lady was like, I didn't hit your, she opens the door and she goes, I didn't hit your truck. I hit your rock rail. And she was like, and you still hit my vehicle. Yeah. And she was like, F that B. When she gets home, she's going to see all this damage on the side of her Tesla because she literally hit the step rail.
You know, I just happened to notice you're wearing a Jeep hat tonight.
I know, that's why. Because we were talking Bronco and Jeep tonight. If I'd found a Toyota, something might have thrown that on too.
I've got a Toyota hat over
I know
there
it wasn't over there.
Somewhere. We'll just throw all the hats on Kelly.
But
we're in the Jeep hat.
Yeah. But it's been very nice ride
Yes.
I've quite enjoyed having the
the rock rail is absolutely necessary in this right now because it's necessary to get up in it.
Yeah. If we were gonna put some white knuckles under it, but
we still don't use the handles though to get in.
You do.
I don't use it. Side. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I do not. I do just like I did on
I'm
going
to
take
this bitch mobile, and we're going out here right now because I guarantee you she's like
no, I don't.
the side handle.
I do not use the handle. I put my arm up in the window, and I use that to pull up.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
I don't know anymore.
I only drive a Ford.
A Ford. This has been All Terrain Nation podcast. I'm your host David Boyd,
Kelly Boyd,
and Allie over there. And
here I am.
I think we're out. Peace, everybody.
See ya.